and welcome to Never Split the Party. My name is Dustin. I also go by the Arbitrary Nerd, and I am the GM for our Starfinder campaign and probably future campaigns, except for that one time I let Nick do it and never again. You are watching episode whatever it says below me. I think it's episode 9. We're going to go with that. We just got through some fun stuff on Verses, and they're probably going to live there with the rate that they're, going to go through this upcoming segment. Um, I'm a little subdued because I had a minor bit of surgery today.
Very minor.
Just
One
a little
would
bit.
say small.
Tiny bit.
Tiny. Little.
It hurts to laugh, so if you idiots could shut up, please do.
And can we just appreciate the strength of this man, the endurance that he has,
Such
the
bravery.
stamina?
So
Well, it really was a
brave.
small operation, though.
I'm gonna let the party introduce themselves now. I had fun quips for them, but I don't like them anymore. Please go.
Hi, my name's Patrick. You might know me as Rye. I'm the captain of this crew, though no one really respects that role.
Or acknowledges it.
Shut up, Zero.
And I'm Michael, and I play Zero, the pilot, and nobody questions that.
He's right.
It's true.
I'm Chris, and I play Miller Dockwood Abigail, and I'm a Yosoki mechanic and the best Durkin engineer that these fools, can hire, pay for. I'm tired.
I don't think we pay you.
Also, he's apparently speaking into a pillow.
Oh,
Yep.
Now your microphone real bad.
hey, Pat! You already had your turn. It's my turn.
Fine.
Hello, everyone. I'm Nick, and I play Brawl. And he's the Yosoki soldier that likes to roll 2s still, for the most part. And, I've found out what's happened to my family. Miller knows, too. Rye kind of knows. I don't think anybody else knows exactly what happened, but...
Saw?
We were standing in the room.
No, you guys.
I reacted.
No, you guys were outside.
I reacted to how you reacted.
Yeah.
Oh, I meant when we found out about your sister.
Nope. Only him and Rye technically know right now.
We were
And
all
Miller.
in the room when the explained that his sister went on the mission.
Oh, right. Yes, that's correct.
But that's only part of the family. Miller knows all of it. Rye knows more of it.
This would be called exposition. Let's do things in scene. So, are we missing? Did Justin ever introduce himself?
No.
All right, moving on.
But my name, if I were to introduce myself, I would say, hi, my name is Justin. I play Seeker, the Andro Technomancer, and I don't have any funny quips. Because Dustin didn't give me one.
Everyone has clips. I'm not donating them to you. You didn't earn them tonight, and it hurts to laugh. So,
If you guys would like, I can bring out our sound effects.
no, please don't. Please don't.
Also, everybody questions me, but not the fact that I am a science officer on the ship.
On the shit?
Ship.
Oh, with a P. Gotcha.
It's that kind of night. It's that kind of night. All right. If you guys want to know what happened last time, check it out on our YouTube, youtube.com/NSTP podcast, because I don't want to give a recap right now. We are going to pick up with the party just met with an undercover cell of rebellion agents. They don't really have a codified name yet. They met a old friend, sort of, kind of. The Vermilion Blur in full Vermilion armor, a Kasatha that they had relations with on Pistol. And then they got some explosives from his closet. And now their mission is they're tasked with breaking into a Border Space Union research and development laboratory, which is located off in the desert of Verces. Questions, comments, or updates?
I didn't want to do a recap, but here's a recap.
Yeah, my bad. I wanted to make sure we knew where we were now. That's not right. Is everyone in roll 20?
I'm in roll 20.
I'm looking at Patrick. I didn't. When I say everyone,
No, I'm not. You're right.
that's what I thought.
But why would Pat be everyone? Nobody wants Pat to be everyone.
Oh, is our new overlay stuff working?
Yeah.
Who? What?
Because I'm good.
That's because you were mean to me.
Sometimes.
I made noise.
I made noise because you were mean to me.
I made boom boom.
And I'm gonna be the one editing the episode, and I'm gonna be like, "Damn it, Pat."
Stop. All right. I will let you guys pick up. I don't care where you are. You'll be getting transported into the desert if you'd like. The following morning, for the rest of the night. If you guys anything you wanted to do, either as a group with the members of the insurgency that you guys are hanging out with, or I don't know, around Versus itself. What are you guys doing now?
I'd like to talk to the other Yosoki. What was his name again? Vanzel?
No,
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 the
Vantel was the
Yosoki
guy.
is
Quiggle.
Quibble. That's the one. I can't say. I can't read my D's and my B's.
But they're never mind.
They were
Uh,
just lines with. Never mind.
All right.
Now you have a line in
guy.
your
So you can. So I guess this is still day one. I have day 1 of 5 marked up at the very top.
This is day 1, but as we go into heading into the desert, will be day 2.
All right. So
And
Miller-
the days we're talking up to are leading into Krellis intervening with Miller's life. Just for those who aren't following.
yeah. So Miller walks up to Quibble and says, "Oh, so Quibble, what do you do here? Here, what do you do here? I gotta get back in my voice."
Yeah. Well, I mean, I do all kinds of stuff. Usually, I procure items. Quibble is a youngish Yosoki. He's got a
Other
couple.
Yosoki in third person.
Me too. I was like, so he talks in the third person. Okay.
He's a youngish Yosoki who's got some like kind of darker streaks through otherwise really kind of pale orange fur. And he's when he carries himself, he's very like open, very big, very accommodating, as we saw last episode. And out of all of the party, he seems to be the most willing to talk to complete and absolute strangers.
You collect things, huh? Like what kind of things do you find?
Well, bombs, as you saw in the closet.
You did a damn good job of that.
Sometimes I find money to finance some of our bigger
Bombs.
operations. Usually, though, I'm really just picking on things to what to send other people on. I'm kind of the operator during missions, but like I pickpocket and pick things up on the side sometimes.
Well, I'm pretty handy. So if you find anything, whether it be electronics, discarded motherboards, that kind of stuff, bring it my way. I have a whole bunch of inventions I'd like to kind of put together, and I kind of need the parts.
All right, I don't usually go picking for junk, but I can try. Are you guys sticking around then? You being a part of our Versus unit? That's pretty exciting. I miss Yosoki. There's 2 Yosoki here. The weird one and you. This is great.
Weird one. Oh, bro. He's a good guy, but yeah. As far as I know, we're gonna be sticking here for at least a couple days. But I would definitely like to stick around a little longer.
All right, yeah. I'll keep an eye out just for you, man.
Yeah. That's about all I have.
Anyone else want to interact with Human Teresa, the Verthani Set, the Yosoki Quibble, or the Winter Riforian Vanzel?
Zero would actually want to talk to Tamnal Har.
The Vermilion Blur is all he's going by. He hasn't actually used the name when interacting with you guys, and I also believe that Vansel, when introducing, went with the Vermilion Blur. Just so
I
you're
would,
aware.
okay, but I would know that name.
Yeah. You would. I mean, again, you haven't taken a look under the mask, but the armor is the same as the Vermilion Blur you guys worked with on Pyramid Station Alpha.
Okay, so we haven't actually. He hasn't taken the helmet off, so we're not 100% sure yet.
I guess technically, sure, but the helmet never comes off. Neither again does the pretense of the Vermilion Blur, that moniker. No one around when you're like listening in to like them addressing him as their commanding officer. They do not ever use Tamno. They don't ever use the Har name. There could be a number of reasons why someone would want to remain masked if they were a member of the Har family, being that they were kind of public enemy number one when the regime changed and the BSU happened. But no, I guess you guys don't have technical confirmation.
All right. I suppose I'll still talk to him.
Sure.
I think for this one, actually, headphones. for
Sure.
everyone else.
And Steve, yes, you do have commands refreshed. I'm glad you noticed that, and I like the evil face. But yeah, headphones off, everyone, but Michael.
All right.
Shoot, Michael.
Um,
Tamnel Har actually brings you, sorry, the Vermilion Blur brings you into their office, which is what was called the communications room. You notice it is actually a communications room, but one of the walls slides away to reveal a very small and confined office.
All right. So I actually had a question for you as far as my past. When I was on Pyramid Station Alpha and I was accessing the tower, I had access to BSU facilities. Do you have any knowledge as to why I would have access there?
Your particular case, Zero, is a bit of an interesting one. As best as I could tell during my investigation during the Infinitum incident that got you expelled from the Academy, you came into the Academy with those security clearances already established. I don't have any record of your service or possibly your body's prior service before your awakening and being almost indoctrinated. There is records of that, but that is all I have for you. I looked into it a bit. All they had was you were on an active roster. That's all. You weren't my priority, to be honest.
All right. So you actually had no prior interactions with who I was before?
I've never interacted with this model before. No, no.
All right. With that, he would actually go back because I was going to bring up the device that I got.
Yeah.
Him having no knowledge of me prior to that, I don't think he would know what it is.
You could try if you wanted. I will say that he was a pretty high position in the BSU. He was their chief inquisition officer. But again, if you're not looking to go that route, that's totally fine to not drop it.
At least not right now.
Okay. Then yeah. Let's see. Does he have any? Oh, your fellow android Seeker, on the other hand, I'd be wary of that one. My
You
records
did
were
show-
inconclusive, but if my hunch is correct, he's from a very particular line of androids that one wouldn't want to mess with.
Do you have any information or leads as to where I should look into that?
It's not somewhere I expect you to have access to. Are you familiar with the group Cosmos?
Have we actually heard that?
Probably not.
All right. I'm afraid I haven't heard that name before then.
It is a group of, well, supposedly a group of assassins, government destabilizers. Some say terrorists, depending on who you ask. They're known for doing big picture back end deals, but it's all known through rumor, for no one knows what Cosmos is specifically, where it operates out of, who is actually in charge. However, for a span of time, about probably almost 100 years ago, there was a number of android-related incidents, a little bit after androids got their freedom, actually. and there was a line of android. They were produced secretly by a facility that was doing them illegally, because at that point they should not have been creating androids for the purposes of assassination and warfare. Um, but the BSU actually uncovered their labs, and while most of the records were expunged, we did manage to pick up some records of these androids. I believe it was called the NAT line or the NAT line of android. Um, don't have much more for that, but some of the things I dug up while researching Seeker from his days in the academy led me to believe that before he um, reawakened, he may very well have had association with that line.
I'll find this information extremely useful, and if anything comes of it, I'll be sure to keep you apprised of the situation.
For all I can tell, Seeker has been on the up and up and has been doing only good deeds, so I don't have any actual concerns. It's just the association leaves me a little alarmed, and maybe I'm wrong. We are working from incomplete records, and these were years ago. This was actively years ago. It's just when I was actively investigating you all, some things were a little alarming. That's all.
All right. Thank you for your time.
Okay, let's get everyone back with the headsets. Oop.
Hello.
Rise in trouble.
Back ox.
I meant to say please, but I was off on my keyboards.
How is Rye in trouble?
Don't worry about it.
Also, I'm totes gonna read your mind.
One update. Now that Pork is treating us really nicely and helping heal herself, we are slightly adjusting Stream Boss. We had teased a brawl encounter on the Stream Boss as like a bonus in lieu of the mech encounter. We're going to segue more into making the brawl encounter what will happen next if Stream Boss is defeated. So if anyone wants to kick Pork's butt with Stream Boss tonight, we will trigger the brawl encounter where it is the party versus brawl.
Bum, bum, bum.
Next, we have the rules right out for. We actually are good to go now. But this one is a little bit more apropos being on Versus. So if it happens now, awesome. And if not, we can reevaluate when the story moves along if it makes sense to change the boss again. All right, that's the last off topic. I'll go.
Say apropos.
I did. I meant to say apropos, didn't I? But it's fine. Let it go.
Apropos?
What?
You mean to say apropos or?
No, dude, it's a word. Apropos. A-P-R-O-P-O.
Apropos?
Apropos. Hey.
I was like, what are you trying to say?
Apropos. That's it. Sorry. Big time reader, guys, but I don't like talking to people, so I don't say these words out loud very often. Apropos.
Apropos.
Yeah. Also, anything French that I ever have to say, butcher it entirely.
You should have a French character.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the French language.
I can do a French character. But it'll just be offensive. So Zero has had conversations with the Vermilion Blur. Does anyone have anything? Anyone else want to talk to the insurgency group?
No, I don't want to talk to them at the moment.
Secret would probably be just kind of snooping around. I think while they're there, just kind of like. They said not to. Didn't they say not to touch anything?
Correct.
And then Secret touch stuff. He's probably going to continue doing that.
But when you say touch stuff, you mean like moving like an ashtray like an inch over?
Yeah.
You don't. Okay.
Yeah, like a cat. Just like
throws all of their muscle memory off.
The Verthani, the heavily modified technologically humanoid named Set does watch Seeker specifically, but nothing you do really triggers any alarms. Thinks lowly of you, but no alarms.
Oh yeah, there's a Verthani there, huh?
Correct. You gonna pick on that one?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right. Set kind of off in the corner, watching all of you, but like eyes you up as you kind of approach,
and
very aware of you.
As she's eyeing me, like, oh, hey, those are very nice implants you got there.
Oh God! Why did you have that saved? Like, why?
What?
Which one, Android?
All of them.
Now you can't see.
Well, all that I can see.
Well, thank you. They're custom work.
Thank God we don't have an HR department.
Or a female cast member.
That's not what I meant by that at all.
It's close.
But
What do
I
you mean
love
that's
it.
not what you meant, you bastard?
That's
I
exactly
meant-
what you meant.
Actually, it's to be completely
Let's be honest, Seeker wouldn't
no.
think that.
100% honest, I was not thinking when I said that. But that's actually pretty hilarious, so I'm okay with it.
For the viewers, especially our female viewers, so we don't have Justin being terrible, Verthani are humanoids, but they're from the planet Verces, and one of the key features, not all Verthani follow this, but most do, they have a lot of technological modifications and implants in addition to their normal bodies. I think I said Set has a third arm that's mechanical. If not, she does. That's just mechanically attached. She also would have probably both eyes have some sort of technological enhancement, and they're not afraid of it looking like visible. They look sometimes like Frankenstein monsters with all the work they have done, and that's what's in, as opposed to like androids who kind of try to like all of their stuff looks smooth and more human-like. Verthani don't give any Fs. That being said, there are Verthani that are actually anti-tech, so it's not everyone, but for the most part, that's what he's talking about when he makes his rude comment.
I especially like the third arm. Rye says he has a third leg, but I've never seen it.
I'll try and do some research and get back to you, because that's something I'd really like to see myself.
Oh wait, is she the one that's enamored by him right now?
Yep.
100%.
I got your back, Rye.
Okay, I will let it be known. I have not instigated a single one of these things.
you have, because of how attractive you are. and how
Every
charismatic
character I have
Yeah,
ever
you
played,
get dope at character creation.
I just think it's funny that every character I have ever played, I have always been like super immature, obviously, and I would totally do that stereotype. This
Man.
is the first time I have it, and y'all are forcing it.
Because it's for entertainment value.
Did you have any other like conversation you wanted to have with
Not really. Just wanted to talk a little bit.
All right, well, she's before you leave, do you have an
Chris.
interest do you have an interest in modification?
Oh, yes. I actually modified my own brain a little bit.
It shows. I would be willing to when you come back from your mission, as long as you don't muck it up and die, I could maybe have a little custom job for you when you come back.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That sounds splendid.
Maybe you can convince your friend Rye to show me his third leg, and if that's something you'd be interested in, I could have that ready for you when you come back. Or if there's something else you'd like, we can go for that too.
I'll see what I can do.
If you can't get the schematics for it, just get a shoe size. It's enough.
Sounds good.
Thank you. I'll see you when you get back.
That person's gonna be like hanging outside of windows in trees across the
Get
yard.
disappointed.
Actually, Rye, the Verthani does try to engage you in conversation a couple of times. What's Rye's take on it? Avoidance, going with the conversation.
Oh,
Okay.
Rye loves people fawning over Rye. He just would not take any action on it.
Okay. So you guys are kind of like winding down from the night before you guys are going to go on this mission out into the desert. She actually approaches you and she sets a glass down in front of you. And she says, "Hey there, good looking. You look a little bit parched, and I thought you could use a little bit of lift of your spirits, if you know what I mean."
Sense motive, immediate sense motive.
Roll it. What was the roll?
I don't want to say.
Hold on, let me go to the roll 20 window. A 14? Ooh, let me roll my bluff.
This isn't going to get really weird or inappropriate, is it?
No, because she rolled a 6.
Okay.
She's being real weird about the drink. Like, there's a lot of energy she's directing towards that drink getting into your mouth. In fact, like as you're kind of like looking at her, you haven't said anything yet. She's like, "Here, let me," and she kind of like she puts the drink up to your lips, trying to let you know.
I immediately block it with my hand and gently push it away and say, "Well, I certainly do appreciate the offer. However, an actor such as I am, I have a very specific diet. It's so complicated. I can't even describe the diet that I'm on. Just
That's
know that
okay.
Where
You
are
know
we?
what? That's totally fine. How
Are
about?
we all witnessing this?
Are we still there?
I'd say you guys probably aren't here as a group. These are all kind of like you guys are winding down in the base as you're kind of going off. So I'll say no. We'll have this be
Okay.
solo for now. She says, "Okay, a diet's great. Do you have an exercise routine? I could help you work out."
I uh, I hate you so much, Dustin. Every character you make, every single one. I would say lots of motivated running. I like to pretend that there's danger afoot, and I like to work out in a sprint, a strategic retreat, if you will, in my mind space. So I do a lot of pretend running away.
She's gonna sense motive on you.
Okay, I'm going bluff. I got a 31.
Okay, she thinks you're being completely honest. Which
I'm just
is
covering
actually
up for the fact that I mean, I do run away.
no. Let me explain what would have happened had you lost this roll. She would have actually recognized that you were rejecting her advances. Now she doesn't. She thinks you're just being gentlemanly and letting her know. And yeah, okay. All right. Well, if you need some time to relax or not, come see me. It gets kind of lonely here with the Yosoki and Teresa.
I could understand that. You should try being with my crew.
I can do that if you'd like.
No, I didn't. I mean, like, hypothetically speaking, rhetorically speaking, other words speaking.
I'll pack my things. And she takes she swigs the cup in one drink, and she says, "I'll be in my bunk." Yeah. Yeah, she drifts off.
How this works. That's not how any of this works.
she drifts off into one of the side rooms, which is where they kind of have like a little dormitory set up. Everyone has like.
Did she just roofie herself?
Not that any of you know this, but yes, she sure did.
She took a forget me now.
Forget me now.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Good job, Rye.
Rise roofing people.
Once they
Rye's the murderer and the drug lord.
once she departs, Seeger goes up to Rye. Oh, did you show her your third leg yet?
I just walk out of the room.
No, come back. She told me she'd do things to my body if you did that. It's completely oblivious as to what he's saying entirely.
Supposed to be a family show.
I actually
There's
think
no
this is all
swearing.
really above board. I'm okay with it. Other than his asking about implants, everything else has been fine.
Oh.
Hmm?
Okay.
It's fine. All right. Do you guys have anyone else you want to talk to, or does anyone else want to talk to someone that they didn't get a chance to?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Nick.
Early to bed, early to rise.
All right, Brawl's asleep. Next up.
I was gonna actually bring up to go talk to Miller.
Oh.
For tomorrow.
Hmm?
After we've set the explosives, I believe we should.
I'll set in the scene. You kind of walk into the room, and Miller is like, he's actually energetic, a little bit more spry than you've seen him in recent months. He's organizing all of his stuff in his backpack, just putting everything. Oh, hush, how are you?
Good. I actually wanted to talk to you about plans for tomorrow.
Shoot.
So, in addition to, we just got a bunch of explosives. I believe we should set some aside for any vehicles they might have, so that if anything tries to pursue us as we leave, we're covered.
Yeah, I'm totally down. Let's see, I grabbed. I grabbed stuff mostly for close quarters. The sticky bombs, that kind of stuff. But did you grab any incendiaries or big booms?
I myself grabbed 3 incendiary and 2 flash grenades.
All right. Yeah, we can do something with that then.
All right.
Let me, what do you have in mind? Kind of put them on one of the detonators, kind of throw them off, and then boom.
Well, if we happen to come across the vehicles as we're entering the base, try to put them near the fuel sources or any place that would be able to disable the vehicles.
Easy peasy.
Right.
I'll pack the duct tape.
Perfect. And that's all I had.
Okay. Going once for anyone else. Going twice.
Already went to bed.
When folks do drift off to their rooms for sleep, I would like to attempt to read the minds of the folks around me.
You already used it today.
You are correct. Never mind.
When you were in the alleyway with Vansel.
That is correct.
However, when everyone's waking up tomorrow, you can give it a shot. It will be your use for the day, though.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fortify my room.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you sleep with lock and key and handgun. You're
Doesn't
good.
want any third arms coming into the room.
I'm also underneath.
She's
the
out.
bed.
In case it ends up mattering, what type of vehicle were they lending us?
They are lending you a very cheap land skimmer. It is a hover vehicle. It has seats enough for all of you uncomfortably, but because 2 of you are Yosoki, it's okay. And it's like your really, really basic like travel vehicle. It's not like not rugged. It's not overly well functioning. It has no military accoutrement. It is just a car basically that hovers.
All right.
It's painted yellow.
Does it have flames? Because it would go faster.
No, it would have to be painted red to go faster. But it is painted yellow, which looks just like it's like a standard paint job, like it's just a kind of ugly beige yellow color. But it actually does blend into the desert better, that color. So it's pseudo camouflaged without looking camouflaged. Any other questions for your prep up? Because as you guys are waking up in the morning, they give you the location again. Through all of your data pads, you have the coordinates. You were heading off into the desert. I believe they said it was a half-day travel. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
You have a half day of travel on this little speeder to get to the hidden facility. And then it's kind of up to what you guys want to do from there.
Who made breakfast?
That would be Quibble. Quibble makes breakfast.
Is it as good as Miller's?
Let's take a look. Oh no. Who ate Quibble's breakfast? In fact, everyone give me a perception check.
Okay. 14.
Okay.
17.
28.
What was that for 0?
17.
Okay.
I got a 14.
And Rye?
I don't want to talk about it.
You got a 12.
A 12? No, that's enough. Anything above a 10, you see that he used like rancid like breakfast meats. And the whatever egg-like substance looks a little green. Anyone who had eaten it would have gotten food poisoning, but you all kind of notice this and choose to not partake of Quibble's breakfast.
I'd honestly rather eat whatever Rye would make than this.
You want me to step up?
Of course you would. I'm an accomplished chef. I lie.
Sense motive.
Well, I mean, he did learn from the best. He reaches out for a high five from.
He gives him the high five.
Miller,
Yeah.
do you make breakfast or do you just let Quibble eat his stuff?
I kind of step in and be like, "Hey, Quibble, let me give you a few tips," and I work hand in hand with him. I don't just push him out of the way and make it. I don't want to deject the poor Yosoki.
Won't it be
Hard to work.
difficult making
Yeah.
food if you're both holding
Yep.
each other's hands?
We both went there. You're louder.
All right, fine. Tail and tail.
No, I don't like that at all.
That's gross. Yeah.
I don't like that at
I
all.
mean, it's an unmodified tail. It hasn't been cut at all or anything like that.
Moving on. You managed to salvage breakfast where people who eat it do not get food poisoning, but if anyone had, they would. So you just saved the insurgency's office from getting food poisoning. Remind me when I'm doing experience points to factor that in, because without their assistance on the comms, some things could get a little bit awkward going forward. All right, you guys ship out into the desert. In terms of Verces, the way this little shanty town looks, we've got a very Tatooine style, kind of gross little thrown together town, and it's more desert than there should be. Brawl, you're the only one who would kind of appreciate this. Traditionally, this kind of like stretch of land that goes from due north to due south is actually usually green, fertile, like really lush land. But because of the space station crashing down on it, the desert has begun to claim some of this area. So you guys are traveling through wasteland, which eventually opens up into the true wastes. There is a massive stretch of land. Again, it goes from north to south poles. That is just straight up desert. I think it's north to south poles. I'm going to keep saying that, but I don't have a map.
It is north to south.
Thank you.
And for those who are unaware, on the northern or on the desert side of the planet, it's always sunny, like 100% of the time, 24/7. It's sunny. So
Justin, if you want to switch to the Roll20 map, I put Verces up again.
I hope you can sleep in the broad daylight.
Yeah, so they were originally in the Ring of Nations on the left side of the map, near Thapukar. They are heading over towards the kind of mid, like almost dead center and south of the desert. Probably should take longer than half a day to travel, but I'm going to just go ahead and do it. Yeah, also on the, you can kind of see at the edges, there's also ice. That's the dark side of the planet, which never sees sun. So yeah, it's a tidally locked planet, or tidally, orbitally, whatever. So yeah, it's kind of an interesting setup, but you guys are going straight into the burning sun, which has scorched this land and will be heating you guys up as you travel into the desert, and you kind of hit to the Emokishu Mountains. You periodically see other forms of life out in the desert, and you were instructed by probably Set the Verthani, who would be like definitely native to Verces. Don't interact with anyone you meet in the desert. Just don't. Avoid them at all costs. They are either bandits or thugs or ill reputes that do not want to be seen, and that's why they're in the desert, which is otherwise inhospitable. There are some species that do live in the desert. Most of them probably unfriendly. And you're mostly encountering, you might see a couple of like speeders such as yourselves off to the distance, or maybe even a caravan here or there, but for the most part, unless you guys want to go looking for trouble, you steer clear and you begin your approach towards the coordinates you guys were given from the insurgency group. What's your approach as you come to the mountain?
Does this car have like a mounted turret or anything like that?
Negative. It is a civilian vehicle.
All right.
Also, as we're driving, I'd probably put it through its paces to get used to driving it.
Sure, that's fine. I'll say you're also probably pushing it because you guys know you're on a time limit, and as you kind of blast through,
And I want to see how much I scare Rye.
It probably
I,
has.
of course, have shotgun.
So I
They're
got
called
21. I roll that against whatever it is to scare Rye.
Intimidate.
I
I
did a
will.
piloting check.
I will go ahead and simply point out that Rye has full faith in Zero's driving ability. I don't think that he would get us into a dangerous situation.
Well, I'm talking more like he's putting through his paces, like driving sideways, stuff like that. I don't know if that would...
No, I understand. I'm saying that he has full faith in you. Like, I don't think he's
So,
worried.
so Ryan just has like a notebook out. He's just like,
Yeah.
Yeah, to be fair, I'd say that's probably accurate to Rye's character. He's not.
You're the only one I figured might have gotten scared out of something like that happening.
Not on that. If anything, I'm probably the least likely to get scared because I have so much faith in my crew for the most part.
I like how
It
he said
depends what
except
we're-
Brawl, but he didn't
Yeah.
actually say it out loud.
Yep.
Oh, that would have been mean.
Seeker's
And that
having
would
a
have got him
blast.
punched.
Yeah, just through the window.
Seeker's enjoying the ride. Thinks it's fun.
The only benefit to the speeder is it does have some illegal speed boost modifications, which you guys use to help speed up the travel. Still a half a day, but they were judging it based off their vehicle. Any of the mods they make to their equipment has to look standard because, again, they're not an army. They're a insurgency group. They're a group of rebels in Border Space Union controlled planet. So, again, they don't fly around in vehicles with guns, but they don't mind dropping some nitro boost on it.
Is there any place for us to like as we approach, any place for us to get a vantage point to inspect the base?
So what little information you have about the base is that it's actually the door is set a little bit into like a cave that goes into the mountains. So you'd actually have to enter the cave to do any kind of real reconnaissance. It's not a very big cave. It's probably only a couple 100 feet, if that, until you hit a door. But otherwise, not really. You could try and climb the mountain above where you guys know the base to be and see if there's anything that a ways, but that would require some severe climbing in some really uncomfortable conditions.
Hey, that's a lot like the other R&D place that we went to.
They have a theme. Who knew?
Well, we didn't go to it, but the bad guys did.
Yes, Justin is referring to our No Rest for the Wicked, episode 2 of the Let's Be Bad Guys stream, which is on YouTube. You can check it out. And they did have to go into an R&D facility set into a mountain.
I like that episode. I got a Jarl Slayer.
I got shot in the face.
Me too.
I shot him in the face.
I crushed somebody accidentally.
Yeah.
I had some weird black viscous fluid poured down my gullet.
This is true. Now, about this mountain that you guys are approaching, what's the deal here? Let me give you some of what I see as options, and feel free to give me like the exact opposite because that's what you guys do. You could park the vehicle off a ways, maybe a little bit, maybe to the north of the base along the mountain. You could probably find like a crevasse or something to tuck the vehicle into where it's out of sight. You could just drive straight up to the door. That is always an option. Or you could, when you do park the car, however, you could go straight to the door and scope it out that way. Or you could kind of climb to the mountains, like literally above where the base is set into, and see if there's anything to find that way. You guys didn't get really much useful intel because the person who had the useful intel hasn't been seen since they came here, returned here.
Do we see any guards posted at the door?
How are you approaching the door? Like, what's the party's plan on approaching the
How far
door?
away? How far away are we?
However far you want to be is what I'm saying. Is like
Okay.
your approach structure. Like, how do you want
Basically, do we leave the car and then do we walk up to the place, or are we just going guns ablaze and just drive up to the door and be like, hey guys, we're here?
Basically, yes.
Yeah.
We
Bro,
at the very least would stop far enough away that we could either through my sniper scope or through binoculars scope out the entrance of the cave.
idea. Bro, what do you
100%
think
agree
your
with that.
sister would have done?
Well, she...
Actually, Steve pointed out we technically don't know it's his sister. That was
well,
never confirmed. We only know that there's a female Yosoki.
Didn't the Vermilion blur?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there was a conversation with Vermilion Blur who talked about it. In fact, Yeah, I'm pretty sure. this-
Miller actually did, didn't he?
We'll just go forward.
Yeah, I'll
Sorry.
say retcon that it came up during the day if we didn't cover it for everyone.
I assume everybody could gather from Brawl's reaction to the entire conversation.
Yeah,
So.
and I was there, kind of, pushing that along. So,
Well, she's real smart, so I bet she probably snuck her way in. I don't think she went in guns a-blazing.
that does seem like a smart idea. We should do that.
I mean,
too.
she didn't quite have the guns I did, so.
Does she have any
I don't see
combat
any guns,
experience?
Not since the last time I saw her.
Well, then we should try and get as close as we can. Maybe disguise our vehicle and hoof it.
Maybe we should check for any signs of her passing, not, passing by, not the other.
See, is this your first time in a desert?
I think so.
Yeah. Do you feel that wind? Just gotta blow up any tracks. It's just gonna cover any tracks.
Do us a favor. Take one step forward, then turn around and look.
Does anyone have survival? Out of character question. Trained.
Nope.
I'm sure I do.
Is it survival? Or is it under
I
life
do.
sciences?
I do have survival.
Survival.
Okay.
Survival is what you use to track and to live in these type of elements.
Yeah, I have survival.
I
Nope.
do too.
I do have life science, but not survival.
So you can utilize survival as a attempt to see any signs of disturbances that don't seem natural.
Yeah, but Miller was also right. There's literally no tracks left in the desert. This is straight up sandy, shifting sands desert.
And she was gone a week ago, so.
Also true.
Sure, but there might be other things.
Once you get close to the mountain, is what I
things
was
that
thinking.
don't belong in the area that are deposited.
It's true.
Or like a vehicle.
That's probably covered in sand.
Yeah, if you
Could
guys
be.
got to the door, basically, you guys are like, you have no way of knowing you got the exact same path. Basically, no. I'm going to tell you straight up, no. That's ridiculous to even try.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
We're halfway there, so we probably don't see anything like that.
Reich isn't contributing much to the conversation because he's still with Zero's point, and he's trying to look for places where, they can get a good point of view for his scope.
So if you guys approach kind of like dead on, but you stop a little bit early, I mean, you don't know what kind of early detection systems they have, if any. You don't know what kind of patrols they have, if any. You guys can dead on, get some scopes out and see the cave. It's just not the most safe for your vehicle.
Did any of us think to bring any climbing gear? Because I know I didn't.
Ooh, I have a grappler.
I'd say you guys probably have some standard climbing gear in the trunk of the car, but like super standard.
I have a grappler.
Yes, thank you.
Bro, I could just hold on to your tail. You are my climbing gear.
Wow, you trust me with something? To
That's a
not
good-
let us
that-
both fall?
That's an incredibly
Take you
good
down
point.
with me?
Miller.
I got a rope. It's made of titanium. There's
All
50
right.
feet of it.
I'm with you, buddy.
Okay.
The dead-on approach with your binoculars and scope out. You guys get as far away as you can and still make out some details. Scanning both what you know to be the cave entrance, which again you can't see into the cave. It's just a dark, gaping hole into the mountain at this point. Doing a quick scan. You don't see any movement, and you don't see any obviously posted guards. And I mean, like you kind of do like a perimeter search, and there's nothing there. Give me a perception check, everyone. Actually, I'm sorry. Who has binoculars? Perception check from Zero.
25.
Does anyone else have the ability to see far? Does anyone travel with binoculars?
Negative.
I have a sniper scope, so.
All right. Exocortex doesn't help you out there, Miller.
I'll double check, but I don't think so. No.
Okay. Zero. That was a 25. You said.
Yep.
You don't pick out anything from there. You don't see any troop movements, anyone posted at the door, no obvious vehicles on the outside. You do see the cave in question, and that's about it. The mountain above it is a pretty sheer face, but if you go north or south, you can get up the mountain a little bit better if you guys wanted to try that. But otherwise, it's built intentionally to be easily defensible while also being somewhat hidden. The lack of any visible guards is a bit odd, though.
All right. So there are no posted guards, and I see 0 movement.
Correct. Well, I mean, like,
I was repeating that to the party.
oh, sorry.
Of course you'd see 0 movement. You're 0.
Reich takes a moment to just look at Brawl with just a face of seriously. And doesn't say anything. It's just
my exocortex jams.
What are you guys doing with the intel that 0 delivers?
Secretly Rise like, I'm using that in my next stand-up.
Well, that's a bit odd. So,
though it is probably the most difficult path, I think climbing the mountain and probably trying to go through some type of ventilation is the best bet.
I mean, that's my specialty.
I can make people fly.
I'm with
Can
you,
you
buddy.
make all of us fly?
Dibs.
Let me check my spell book really quick. Or
Maybe we
whatever
could
it
just
is
tie
I
a
use.
rope to whoever's
Have a
flying
spell
enough.
book.
I'm talking about my own book, my actual Pathfinder book.
We can just
Starfinder.
have you make Rye fly, and then we can just tie a rope to him, and he can drag us all up.
So what's the question about fly?
It's just
How
many people I can make fly. So let's see. First level spell. I'll read it. I'll get back to you.
Assuming everybody agrees with the climbing a mountain, I suggest we choose which direction we want to come from. So what do we see as far as mountains?
There's mountains.
Does it look like there's a from where we are currently any visible trails or paths leading up the mountain?
No. So the mountain range you're in is like almost spans the entire planet. There are gaps and there's some significantly large gaps, but it is just a massive like ridge kind of up the planet. And you guys are actually at the part that has some of the highest peaks, at least in the southern.
Then
southern
Are we
hemisphere.
aware of?
I would
any-
like
ahead.
to make a survival check to see if there are any areas of the mountain face we're looking at that might be more easily climbable than
Sure,
us just
yeah.
blindly going up.
Sure, shoot.
$21?
To the north, kind of where the mountains begin to curve off a bit. From this distance, you see the curvature. As you get closer, you certainly will not. It's a little gentler, but these are really unfriendly, and you will be cooking directly under the sun while making this climb. We're going to start getting into some environmental concerns with this route, which is fine, but concerns.
Yeah, flight only allows me to do one person. Move them up and down, basically, not horizontal. So you could probably hold on to something. You can move kind of diagonally that way, such as climbing. But it wouldn't help for everybody unless I casted it.
What's the range on that, though?
The range on it is...
Because I can't imagine we'd make much progress if we're only going like 30 to 60 feet every...
I can only move up 20 feet.
Oh, yeah, so that it wouldn't be...
But it's from, like, me, so if I were to move up as well, I'd make them further.
Just so you guys are aware, for heat dangers in Starfinder.
Actually, Justin, you could do one per level, so you could do all of us.
Depends on what level you're
The
casting
first
it
level
as.
says one medium or smaller.
Yeah,
all
but that's only when they're falling.
Yeah.
So I can make it's basically slow fall at that point.
Gotcha.
I was gonna say,
but
you
level
could-
2 spell, I can make somebody actually rise up.
You'd be that one guy at the parade who has the oversized balloons. He's trying to pedal off. Just have us all buoyed to you with rope as you walk through the
Probably could.
through the mountains with the.
Well, I mean,
Dustin, you were saying something?
The temperature for you guys is it's above 90 degrees Fahrenheit in this desert. And for you guys, what that means mechanically is that every hour you guys are outside of the air-conditioned vehicle, you'll have to attempt a fortitude save, which is DC 15 plus 1 per previous check. So it does get worse as you go on. You will take 1d4 non-lethal fire damage. Anyone wearing heavy clothing or armor, cough, brawl, cough, you get a -4 penalty to said save throw. You can attempt a survival check to receive a bonus to the saving throw, and you can do that maybe potentially for others. But like it's climbing. If you guys are going for like the climb up the mountain technique, you'd probably either not want to all do it, or you would want to kind of go back to town and re-equip because you guys are not equipped for something like that.
Question: do androids care?
Yes.
Because if we can be out in the vacuum of space where it's
but you can't
really,
be
really
like
cold.
into molten lava or
Yeah, of course we can't step in lava.
So no, I'd say again, it doesn't give me anything bonus for androids here, and I know specifically in the android race, anything that would affect you to the worst is what goes. So yeah,
it's
I'd
kind of
say
weird that like I can be out in space where it's like absolute
Negative
zero,
a million,
but I can't stand 90-degree
I think
weather.
it's just balancing issues.
Yeah,
Because then everyone would be an android.
Well,
Why
you're not fully mechanical. I mean, you are organic, and your
That's true,
organics are getting drained by the heat. Now, would your organics freeze up in space? Probably, but that's not part of the rules that I wrote. So I'm just going off what they have.
So I'm gonna go ahead and just say we can't hike over because I'm not gonna be able to pass that many fortitude.
Yeah, it's probably
checks.
not easy.
So
if one of you guys wanted to do it, like that's an option, and we would do some time, see how long it takes you, see if you die out in the heat or something like that, and you know,
you good? Hello.
I just as a party, I don't think that's going to be attainable unless you guys go back to town and re-equip, which is fine, but you'll have wasted a day on the Krellis count, which works for me. I'm more than happy to have you guys waste a day.
I just look at the team and I say, realistically, I think that we see two options here. We can go into the scary cave where things are a little weird, or we can keep driving and see if there's another option further down. But
we could have Zero sneak in, couldn't we?
Yeah, I can. Him and I could sneak in.
I can make you invisible for 6 minutes.
I can hold down the fort back here in the in the car.
I remember the last time I was invisible. Oh.
I do too.
Brawl has flashbacks to floating away in space, invisible.
Yep.
And then an epic rocket punch.
Thanks, Miller.
All right. So in terms of forward motion, I'm going to have you guys give me a traveling perception check. You guys are actively searching your environment. And then I also want a stealth check because you guys are trying to roll up stealthily as well. I will do this as a group stealth roll. So if you guys are able to, with enough successes, get past it, we'll be good to go. So
I have a 31.
For which?
24 for
31 for stealth and 25 for perception.
15 for perception.
Okay.
12 for perception.
Okay.
Oh, where is my stealth? I don't know.
Seeker got a 24.
For
we're all rolling this?
Perception.
I thought it was just Miller and Zero.
How about
No, I want everyone, because you guys are all rolling up to a certain point to have active perception, and I'll consider this your perception roll as you are like approaching the cave when you guys eventually do so.
For stealth, I got a 3.
I got a 10 for stealth.
Oh, okay. We're doing stealth as well.
I got 3 stealth so far.
Okay, then it's gonna be this plus 13, 27.
Yep.
All right, so my perception is a 26.
Yep.
My stealth is a 25.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are able to move up pretty quietly. I'll say you guys kind of jury rig, like maybe you find like a sheet or a tarp kind of thing in the back of the speeder, and you guys actually kind of use it to camouflage yourselves. Like you guys as a group kind of like have this tarp like falling around, and you guys kind of stay close to the ground. So you guys are able to get like a nice vantage point as you get up closer. If you guys want to send Miller and Zero in, you can. I'll say you guys stop about, I mean, you got to get pretty close is the problem, for 6 minutes of invisibility to actually help, if that's what you're going for. The car itself, you're just going to go with its camouflage enough with its color scheme, and hopefully not standing out when you shut it off.
What time of day is it?
Let's see. You guys
Oh
left in
wait,
the
it's gonna
morning.
be
or halfway through.
always sun, right?
Yeah. Well,
It never-
also good call. Yeah, it never changes. It literally
Yeah.
never changes. It's always just sun baking down on you.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a
It
scorcher.
might even be higher
Hey
than
guys,
90
hey
degrees.
guys, let's
I
wait for
actually
Doc.
don't know if there's a
Mm.
temperature. I looked up the Sahara Desert for example of degrees. I don't know if Versus Desert has a specific. It might. If it does, you guys might be dead already. Who knows?
Yeah, if there's any shade, it's all by luck in the rock formations. So
Yeah, like because the sun's dead above you guys. It is
imagine
not
it's
a very
probably
survivable wasteland.
higher than 90.
Oh yeah.
You think so?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
considering like it can get up to 90 here.
Yeah, it's always sun all of the time, baking down. It's probably
All right, then we'll
Wow.
call it severe heat, which is above 110 degrees, and you have to make a throw once every 10 minutes.
well, spoop. I like the 90-degree idea.
Yeah, I like this 110.
All right.
I'm gonna say you guys park
Um,
relatively close to the cave, enough that you guys can hang out in the car. Make Miller and Zero invisible. Can you do 2 people invisible, Justin?
I could if I spent 2 things, but Zero doesn't need it.
That only lasts a minute,
Oh, it only lasts a minute?
and it's not true.
Do you need a battery? I got plenty of batteries.
Okay.
It's more like it. So I have 10 charges of it for 1 per round, and then it recharges outside of combat. 1 charge every minute.
The battery was to fuel Justin's spells.
Yeah.
Y'all don't need me, so I'll be right back.
Yeah,
Right.
I can use
So
battery.
I googled the temperature for the Sahara, and it's 104 on the day to day.
I think it was during the summer, right? But yeah, I guess this would be summer all
Yeah.
the time. So yeah, I'd say you guys are probably pushing 110 degrees
Yeah,
plus.
100 is 10 because it still gets dark during the Sahara, so to offset that. But before I give Dusty any more ideas, so
130.
Shima, what can you do with one of these? And he holds out one of the batteries.
Well, since I think invisibility is going to be about 40 charges.
40. All right, so 2 of these.
That'll do.
All right.
So
Does it just consume it like entirely, or does it just
it
deplete
drains 20
Okay.
It drains 20 charges per level of spell, and it's a 2nd level spell.
Okay.
So you actually need 80.
Yeah, altogether for
Oh.
for the 2
Well,
of you.
I got me.
Yeah. I mean, I
Um,
can use a spell slot.
Yeah, that's true too.
I'm not sure how much invisibility is going to be needed at this point because you guys have to get really close for invisibility to be effective. Like if they had scanners, you guys are on scanners.
Oh.
That's how it is.
So thermal scanners, yeah, we're caught.
Well, thermal scanners might be kind of weird in the desert, right?
I mean, we're low.
No,
a lot
because,
lower temperature.
yeah.
It just works the opposite way.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, if they have scanners, you're on scan just to get close enough to use invisibility. So what you are is you guys are going to just keep an eye out for ocular security, and if anything you see, maybe you can try something. If you want to bring Seeker with you,
I'm going to suggest that maybe we wait until we get closer, all of us, and maybe rely on invisibility if we need to get around corridors inside.
All right.
Scout ahead that way.
okay. You guys you have to figure out how you're entering this cave. Is kind of what I'm going for.
Okay. I guess we're just kind of like sneaking up to it then.
Sure. I already have your stealth rolls for that. I also have who rolled highest in perception?
I had a 25, I think. Or
I
26.
actually think Rye beat you with a 26 in perception.
Yeah.
So I need Patrick to come back so I can. Well, fine. I'll say Zero finds it because Patrick is too busy doing the thing. As you are
Swooping.
approaching Zero, you see something glint very briefly in the sunlight. As you're getting very close to the cave at this point, I'd say you are 20 feet away from the cave entrance when you see this glint, and kicking it up in through the sand, you actually find a hand attached to an arm, attached to nothing else. It is somebody's limb removed. While it has been in the desert for a little bit, where it is dried out, it is it's not it's not falling apart. It is not skeletal. It is not. It's relatively recent, as far as you can tell. On this wrist is a data pad.
First and foremost, is the arm furry in any way?
Furry?
Yeah, like say a Yusoki arm.
No, no. It looks to be a larger humanoid. A dark skin could be human or any number of other species, though.
All right. Would grab the data pad then.
It is melted to the flesh of the hand and the arm. You can spend some time cleaning it, or you can utilize it on the stump of an arm you just found.
Would pull out his tactical knife and cut it off.
Cut it
Oh,
off.
All right.
Brutal.
The hell did I miss?
Give me a perception
A
check.
severed arm.
this arm.
13.
Yeah, that's not enough. As you are cleaning it from the arm, you actually set off a security feature in the device, which is not supposed to be removed from the person's limb. It detonates. And I need you to make a reflex save.
Ooh, baby.
Just
So did
make.
it roll.
It's a miniature explosive, so
Alright.
yes, just you, because it's literally in your hands.
21.
21. Yeah, you'll take half damage from
I
this.
take nothing.
Okay, perfect. It is a little white hot explosion, implodes. You drop and kind of do a roll away from it. However, the data pad, the data pad attached to the arm is now a smoking crater on the ground, and there's no hand or data pad left.
Meanwhile, the rest of us will. Traps! 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 Hit the deck!
Don't make me laugh.
I should have expected that from Dustin.
What? I gave you a severed arm with a data pad on it, and you decided to take it off. Haven't you ever played Fallout? Come on.
Yeah, they just shake the bones out of it and call it a day, and then put it on their own arm.
That's Fallout 4. Fallout 3, they actually detonate if you remove them. I don't know why they changed it. It was weird.
Also, if you hold it out in front of you and you never put it into your backpack, it doesn't have any weight.
Yes, also true. All right, so yeah, you guys found a severed arm in the desert right outside the door to the cave, or outside the cave entrance to the set-in door. Are you guys going into the cave? You guys talking about the arm at all?
Did we? It's just Zero and Miller over there, right? We're still.
No,
in the
I
car.
had you guys all approach.
Oh, we all
Yeah.
approached. Okay. So
Oh, I
what
thought
was
we were
that?
sending him in ahead.
Patrick, you left. Shut up.
Okay.
Yeah, what was that?
There was a data pad on an arm in the ground. I tried to take the data pad off, and apparently it was booby trapped.
No,
I'm sure we're gonna run into a lot more traps.
probably more arms.
Great, awesome. I'm glad you guys covered that.
Yeah.
Now, approaching the cave. How are you guys doing this? You guys are up against the mountain wall next to this cave.
Probably really hot.
I was going to say, before we actually get too close, any type of cameras or any optical security we can see?
Based off of your previous perception checks, no.
All right.
Brawl's gonna
traps,
be the
no
first one
control.
heading over towards the door.
Yeah,
So the door is the cave is in darkness. When you go in, it is about 100 feet in until you get into and it curves a little bit. Then there is a door set into the wall of the cave there. Brawl, are you leading the way into the cave?
Yes.
As he attempted to step in, Zero grabs him on the back and says, "Wait." And I activate my camouflage and take a couple steps in and take a look around. So,
All right. There are some relatively obvious to you early warning systems that Brawl 100% would have tripped with his terrible perception roll. 100% would have tripped.
Yep.
Like he rolled a 3, I think. So
No, that was for my stealth. My perception was a 12.
Still would have tripped every single one.
Yeah.
Like every single one.
Yeah.
Only person who would have tripped every single one, I think. And there's like an infrared line that you see like the emitter, like by looking closely at the base of the wall. You're able to you can try to disable it, or you can just get over it. It's when you know where it is, it's easy to get over. There's at least one other one that would have set off an explosion that would have collapsed the cave. Which is set and took up mines. That one, you can remove the trigger, but the explosive device is somewhere in the walls itself, so you're not necessarily able to trigger or get to the explosive, but you could remove the trigger. You do get to the door. There's no other opposition, though. Other than the couple of traps you encounter on this path, you are at the door of the facility. It is a like burnt-looking steel-type metal set into this cavern wall. It looks totally out of place. It's heavy duty. There is a control panel to get in.
Real quick.
Yep.
I'm actually going to use one of my frag grenades. I'm going to activate it to a detonator. I'm going to put it up right where, right in the wall where I think the explosives might be.
After Zero comes out and tells you about them?
Yes.
I was literally about to call Miller over to have me help him, or help take out the trigger so that we could actually use that instead of the grenade you're using.
So who has the higher
Engineering.
Thank you, engineering.
Probably me at 18.
Yeah,
Okay.
mine's 13.
Give a roll, and Zero will assist you.
Wow. All right, 24 altogether.
What is the disarm DC for traps? I don't think that's kind of low for some of them, isn't it? Traps, Starfinder. Let's check this out. Don't fail me now, internets. Thank you, Starjammer SRD. That makes sense.
Let's collapse a cave.
Engineering, arm explosives.
I'm just trying to look at some DCs for what the CR is. I'd say this is probably a CR 5. What was your roll?
24.
24.
Yeah. That's enough. I'm so sorry. Noticing it, you needed a 27. But you had rolled pretty high, I think, on that one. The engineering DC to disable is only a 19, so you're all set. You are able to you're able to disarm that, no problem. And then you set up your own grenade on a detonator, which again, that detonator is now married to that grenade.
Oh yeah, I have 5 detonators on me.
Yep, just make sure you've marked off one of the detonators.
Oh, yeah.
It's not gonna be like you push one and then everything goes off. It's you push one, you push 2, you push 3, and that's what sets off each grenade.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So you have that all set up, and you guys are at the door to the research and development lab.
Perception.
A good thing.
Listen.
Your standard perception from like coming into it. Oh, you're gonna listen into the door.
Yeah.
It is a very thick door. It is to the equivalent of being like a nuclear fallout shelter kind of door.
Thicker than Brawl?
Not that thick. Nothing is that thick.
Oh, all right. So I could punch my way through it if I wanted to.
That's not how physics work in any way, shape, or form. But you can try.
Yeah.
No.
I might
We're not gonna
just.
let you, but
No, we're not gonna let you.
I hit that door pretty good.
Is it mechanical or does it have a doorknob?
It is like a turn wheel to open it. Like I said, it's like a full-on fallout shelter. There is a terminal set into the door itself, though, in terms of if it's locked or not.
I hit that door at a 25.
Oh.
25 to hit or 25 damage?
To hit.
Yeah, you hit the door.
And about 22 damage.
22 points of damage. All right. What is on your hand?
Just like, not even like, it's like a leather. Well, yeah. So I guess it is just the power armor. If I wasn't in the power armor, it'd just be like a leather glove of sorts, but it's
if
power
it
armor.
wasn't in power armor, you would have just shattered your fist.
Yep.
Because you're in the power armor. It does actually manage to take the blow. The door is untarnished. There is no dent. There is no, you probably scrape it, but like you scraped off like a fine layer of like pseudo paint or soot or grossness. So you can see where you hit it, but that's not how you're going to get in.
That's a solid door.
Please refrain from doing that in the future. you just negated 90% of us approaching.
Yeah, if the door had any kind of like pressure trigger, it's been triggered, but no obvious alarms from where you guys are standing.
Oh, there's a. I didn't see that console over there. That's my bad.
You missed a lot.
Who's gonna
Rye
approach
is simply
the?
standing
I'll
in the
check out the
background, not
console.
saying anything, with his thumb and middle finger pressed against the bridge of his nose, looking down. Just
You watched Zero Miller be awesome,
I'm gonna go hack
and
it.
then Brawl.
What do your antenna do when you do this? I need to know.
as far as I know, they're probably just like,
They go from
yeah, they're probably just like flat against my head. Just
No, that's useful for my mental image. Thank you.
I'm gonna go check out the console.
Sure. Yeah. Give me a computer's check.
Right up. 23.
And now, are computers check the same check you use to actually hack a thing too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you kind of like activate the system so that it kind of springs to life, it does have a lock on it. It's password protected. You need to have some sort of identification, like a severed arm, to kind of get through the door. I really should have done that. That hurt so bad. I regret that. Oof. So you get this access to the door, right? And it comes up. You don't have it, so you try and kind of get in, see if you can hack it a bit. Let me see. I have this all set up. What was the roll?
23.
23. It actually locks you out. It does give you a kind of like a friendly notice, and it says, one more failed attempt will result in total lockdown and security being alerted.
Well, that didn't work. Must be off my game today.
Yeah, me too. Normally I'd blow right through that door, but
Normally, I blow right through that terminal.
Shattered most other doors.
Is there any
Can
type of ventilation in the cave that we can see?
No.
Can I
Gotta be
attempt to
meant.
wirelessly hack the door?
What?
So the door still operates off the same system as the terminal. The terminal is actually on the door, but like remotely hacking like the innards of the door, that's not quite how remote hacking works. Remote hacking gets you access to basically the terminal interface, so it being on the terminal. So if you fail, you'd still trigger security. You can still try again, and you can definitely have Seeker try and help you out. He's seen the system a bit. Maybe he'll get you.
maybe there's some other options other than just trying to sign in with the password.
Would
Yeah,
you?
is
would
there?
Would you like a GM hint? I guess.
Mhm.
You guys have high enough perceptions. I'll give it to you.
I mean, Steve, somebody out there could give us a reroll too. Just
I guess that's
Brawl, do you want to try the manual? I imagine manual override.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a look for vents.
that's
We already did.
been done, and there is
Oh.
no ventilation in this
Sorry.
this area. I'll be honest. If you guys had gone back and gotten gear, there are vents in the top of the mountain, but getting there is not safe.
oh hey, we just got a reroll.
And Steviathan gave it really special. Well, thank you, Steviathan, for using your subscriber benefit of giving the party a reroll. Would Seeker like another hack at that without triggering security?
Does he want help?
Sure, yes.
I don't think we should allow help.
I'm just gonna give it a straight
Okay,
reroll.
okay.
Like Seeker sees something is about to hit the wrong button. He's like, oh wait. Try it
Sounds
again.
good.
I've somehow seen the future.
Steviathan has
32
burned
that
both of
time.
his subscriber benefits. Roll 2 dice and take the better.
I got 32 that time.
And you only rolled 1?
Yes.
You have
But remember, they're banked, so
I'll have
you
you
could use it
bank
to.
that advantage.
Yeah.
So you guys have an advantage, or I'll say Seeker has advantage from Steviathan this episode. You are able to get access to it. You do know that had you screwed up, that you would have potentially triggered security. But with a little bit more poking, you do actually get through, and you now have access to the door. The terminal is just unlock or lock the door.
Unlock it.
Oh, it's already unlocked.
Oh, can't open it.
No, you didn't try the door handle.
We didn't have to. Oh,
Okay, would you like to try the door handle now?
Well, yes, I unlocked it. Try opening it now.
I go to move the door with my muscles.
The door or the knob?
With the knob, but then
it's a big wheel, right?
It's a wheel. It's a giant wheel. You turn on the wheel.
yeah.
Yeah, it turns. You hear like air hermetically sealed release out into this cavern.
Wait.
A little longer than that. That was a little premature, but
No, well, I blew it last time, so.
dude, Steve, gonna need you to clip that one. Dude, now Coke's not endorsing us. They saw that and now they refuse. The door swings open and you guys are treated to a very, very, very brightly lit. Again, you guys just came up from the bright ass sun, so it's not maybe not quite that bright, but it's very much like halogen light bulbs everywhere, illuminating a foyer. You have like a short little hallway in. It opens up very quickly into a sweeping oval room. We'll say it's about
we are in a vault.
60 feet in diameter, and there is a reception desk in the center of the room. There are who's entering first?
Not me.
Brawl. Unless people are stopping him.
Seeker, do you want to make one of us invisible?
And do. I would love to even. Actually, here you go. And I make Zero invisible. Casting invisibility. You are invisible for 5 minutes.
Zero, you stroll on in. Give me a perception check.
I want to just point out that I've been given advantage on any roll of my choice.
Who is giving you advantage? Stop
Angel
that.
did.
Angel, what are you thinking? He's gonna roll 2 2s.
Or 1 and a 2.
A 1 and a 2.
20.
And thanks, Aaron, for the host. Patrick, you bastard. Oh, God, stop making me laugh. Oh God. Okay. Angel, you are not wrong, and thank you, Steviathan. Let's use those chat commands. So did you give me the perception check? Zero.
20.
I'm so sorry. 20?
20.
While you are invisible, you do notice in both far ends, it's not corners because it's an oval. I'm not going to make that mistake, but kind of set back into the corner walls, there are 2 cameras. They're little fisheye lenses, and they have a decent view of the oval, but not complete. I'd say it's about 75% coverage of the oval. There's a reception desk, which is unmanned. There is no one there. It is like a big metal desk, like a counter. It looks like it has enough room for about 3 different terminals, although only one seems to be present. And when I say terminal, I mean like a computer terminal. Going if you were to walk straight through the room, and we'll start using north. You guys are entering from the south, going north. Straight north, it's just a wall. The oval is straight steel wall, and then to the stop it, Christopher.
I'm trying to visualize. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I thought you were making fun of me, which you're probably also doing. To the east and west, there are high-tech looking doors. And when I say high-tech, they are they clearly have slid and locked, interlinked. You can kind of see, look almost like puzzle pieces as they are locked in, like a cursory view. Probably some form of security door, and they are shut on both ends. Otherwise, you note that the room is sterile and very, very, very white.
All right. I relay all this to the party.
Brawl closes the door, the vault door.
Okay. And you guys everyone else is in a little hallway that leads into this foyer. So you guys are at least out of view of the cameras for now.
All right. Are the cameras on? Do they seem to be transmitting?
Are there blinking lights on the cameras?
They're fisheye lenses set into the wall.
Yeah. All right. Well, we should probably take care of them first.
Does anybody have any type of aerosol or paint or anything like that?
I could attempt to wirelessly hack them. All right. I'm going to attempt to wirelessly hack them.
When I said paint, I was looking at Seeker.
As an artist, I don't actually bring paint with me everywhere.
Why not? All right.
Although
wireless hack.
I do have like backpacks and stuff.
I'd allow you
Doesn't
to have
Miller
spray
have that fire
paint
Okay.
extinguisher?
on the
Alright.
side equipment. I gave you guys mag boots. I can give you spray paint.
Okay, then yeah, I do.
All right. So
Come back here
If
with
you
your
want-
invisibility really quick.
I head back for that, and while I do that, are you going to try to remote hack them?
Yeah, because if we can like kind of reset it, back a couple minutes, we can sneak on by and not cause any alarm.
If they have cameras here, I'm sure they have cameras throughout the whole facility.
Maybe, but maybe I can disable all or something. We can. I mean, if you want to start spray painting them, I mean, if somebody's actively looking at them, we're gonna draw attention right away. All right. Well, I'm gonna attempt to wirelessly hack and see what happens. Roll it. All right. It says roll the dice. All right. 21.
21 to remote hack.
Yeah.
You get a much less friendly message.
All right. Wait. As a reaction, while not in combat, I can re-roll the failed skill check.
You failed that skill check.
Trying it again. 31.
You hit the skill check. Nice.
All right.
By
That's
one.
all thanks to the memory
Wowzers.
module in my head.
You only get one of those per day, right?
Yeah.
All right, so let me see. Let me pull up my computer terminal that I had. So I actually looked up the rules for hacking because I thought it was too easy for you guys. I've been making it stupidly easy for you guys. The minimum tier computer search is a 17, I think. That you other than like general access terminals, but like any kind of lock, like a tier 1 computer is a DC 17. This guy's a DC 30 because it has security built in. Let's see, where is this one?
I mean, I wouldn't say those other ones were too easy because we've been crushing 25s to 30s.
You're not wrong. You guys have been doing really high in these rolls.
Oh, I haven't.
That's because it was Zero Seeker and
I wish you had failed this one because this one has a really nasty trap. Oh, I don't think this trap works for remote hacking. I think you would have been safe. You would have set it off in the room, and like Zero going by with his paint would have got hit by it. Maybe. They're the lethal options for traps on computers. I would have been rolling 10d6 electricity damage.
Wow.
And that's
Average
just
of 30 damage.
Tier 2. Like that's just a tier 2. Yeah, so you actually do manage to get access into it, and as you're hacking, you almost admire the system. This is a modern, high-tech computer, which you would expect from Verces or a Border Space Union Research and Development Lab. However, Zero, where are you in all this kerfuffle?
I imagine at this point I would have been walking back into the room.
All right. You get about halfway in, and all of a sudden, a blue hologram pops to life, kind of in like behind the.
Is it Cam?
No, it's not Cam. Behind the security, not the security desk, the receptionist desk, and it is a slightly blurry masculine figure that like suddenly like shoots out of the ground and is now glowing there next to you, Seeker. Give me a will save.
Seeker?
Zero. Sorry, Zero. You look alike. So shut up.
All you androids are the same.
Hey, Rye.
What's the will save, Zero?
Rolling it now. 10.
10. I'm going to say it actually startles you. What does Zero do when startled? Because I don't think we've ever had this opportunity before.
So not that anybody could see it anyways, because luckily he's invisible. But the
Yep.
first thing he does is he immediately reaches for his gun and draws it and aims at the hologram, ready
Okay.
to shoot it.
Okay. Give me one more roll. We'll call this. We'll give it another will save. DC 10, and if you fail, you shoot the hologram.
7.
Like you flip out that gun, and like a panic, quick reaction, you open fire on the hologram.
And you're no longer invisible.
The blaster. Oh, I guess that ends invisibility. The blaster bolt phases right through the hologram, hits the wall. Notably, the wall absorbs the laser impact. It does not scorch. It does not bounce off. It is absorbed.
Is it a projectile?
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you use a pistol?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll again. If it's odd, it's the physical one. If not, it's the laser.
Okay.
Oh, it's even. So it's the
The
laser.
laser? Okay, the laser is ablated into the wall itself. No, as if it didn't happen. No alarms trigger. The hologram does not react, other than it phases through it and disrupts it for a moment. And you, I assume, quickly put your gun away. Although I do think even firing a laser is a little bit audible. The rest of the party, you just heard a laser blast go off into the oval room. What's your reaction?
A little jumpy there, eh, Hush?
Actually, I'm saying that you guys haven't seen what happened yet. You guys have to enter into the oval room. Do you chase after your friend or not?
Over the comms. Everything okay, Zero?
Something unexpected happened. I attempted to disable it, but it turns out it was nothing.
Good job, Hush. We're proud of you.
It's all fine. We're fine here. How are you? All right. So this
What a-
hologram pops
well,
up, and Zero, you're the only one in the room. It doesn't acknowledge that you just shot it because it's the AI interface for this computer system. And it turns over to you, and again, it's a bit blurry. It's a blue hologram. You can't make out the features. It's kind of masculine. It's broad-shouldered. Doesn't have any visible. I guess it could be like androgynous as well. There's no actual real gender to this hologram, other than it's kind of broad.
So it's Rye.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Kind of like Rye, or I mean, Seeker fits the same bill. And it says, "Hello. You've acted the system's AI. My name is Nate. What can I do for you today?"
All right. What are my options?
Are you coming into the foyer?
I'm still wirelessly hacked into this thing.
It doesn't talk to you over your
Oh.
wireless hack. You've activated it. You have access to it. But you have to actually be interacting with the AI module. Okay, Ed.
That's what I was going for. Thank you.
So now that this activated, did you guys take care of the cameras?
That's what I was wondering. I mean,
No, you have not taken care
We
of
still
the
haven't finished my my hack. You just said that.
Yeah, I thought you were
activated.
spray painting him.
So what happened was you successfully hacked and
Yeah.
it turned on the computer's AI, which boots you out of the access menu.
Oh, all right.
No
all right.
access menu. The only way to interact with the station's computers or this lab's computers is through the AI, which you turned on. You could not have turned it on without successfully hacking into the system, though.
All right. Well,
In terms of the cameras, still on, and now Zero is visible and just fired at the hologram.
All right. All right. Well, at the very least, they've already seen me. One and probably only one of you come in here, at least for now.
all right.
The slightly fuzzy hologram turns to Miller as he enters the room. Hello,
Yo,
my name is Nate, the
Hey,
system
Nate.
AI.
I'm Milla.
How can I be of service, Miller?
What? Let's see. Can I get directory?
When directing, you looking for like personnel?
I'm just looking for like a table of contents. You know, a directory.
Or,
What can
what-
he do?
Oh, sure.
What function?
Services include schematics download, facility status updates, security hall access pass, weapon generation, environmental controls by zone, research archives, and it lists a couple of other features. If you guys have something you want to ask it, it probably has features for it.
Well, first up, let's see the status of the facility.
Facility status will require purchasing with 5 bits.
What?
Please insert 5 bits into the terminal before you to access facility status.
Are the E and the A in Nate's name capitalized?
Capitalized? Well, one, he spoke it, so you have no idea.
It was a. Never mind.
It looks
Chris
like we
got
have a
it. That's
total
all
of
I
10
needed.
bits come through in chat, so we should be good.
I appreciate that, guys, but that is not actually what he's asking for.
Bits.
Unfortunately, Zero blew the only bits you would have had access to up to this point.
Yeah.
All to hell.
All right. Well, then, can I get? What was the first option? Download what?
Facility schematics.
Yes, I want to download the facility schematics.
Please insert 5
You
bits into the
spook.
console before you.
Searching around the desk, is there anything?
Give me a perception check.
12.
I mean, I guess
Are we all in the room?
So
No,
far, he only
only Miller and
invited
Zero.
Miller into the room. If you guys would like to kind of go in, that's fine.
Well, I asked one person. I
And
didn't. Miller volunteered.
Miller volunteered. Is anyone else just going to kind of come in or not?
I'm waiting because people kept telling me to stop going forward.
We
That's
watched
because
you
you're a
be
walking
stealthy.
disaster.
People get mad at me when I do things that they didn't ask me to do.
All right.
I'm staying
so,
behind.
So Miller just kind of walks up to Zero, takes the spray paint, starts spraying down the cameras. Son of a I missed a spot. All right, guys.
Okay, I
That won't
joined.
have negative consequences.
No,
Nope.
not at all.
Hi, my name is Nate. I am the station AI.
Nate, is there anything that you could do that doesn't require bits?
I can talk to you. However, due to the R&D security and advancement protocols, most other features are locked away by bits.
How do we get bits?
Query on bits. You can earn them by exemplary actions in front of a superior officer. You can earn them by acquiring them during your day-to-day activities as a form of compensation. You may receive them from other users throughout the facility. Also, you may perform Nate tasks.
That's pretty
Ooh,
neat.
what's a Nate
What?
task?
What are Nate tasks?
Well, I have a randomly generated table of Nate tasks that, should you request one.
Zero got a reroll from Angel.
Thank you for the
Thank you.
reroll, Angel.
I guess I'll use it right away for that perception check.
Yes, do it.
15.
15. You find kind of like tucked under, and so you've got like a little
Thank you, Angel.
a desk set here for the reception desk, and kind of underneath you realize that there's like a keyboard pullout, even though there's no keyboard in it. On it are 5 little circles. They look like kind of like silver coins with a slightly indented centerpiece.
All right, I'll pick those up. And to the group, I imagine these are bits.
Yes, those are bits. You are correct.
Where do we put them?
There is a slot on the terminal that you can enter them in. You will find them on any Nate terminal throughout the facility.
All right.
How much is security access?
Security access will cost you 20 bits.
Should we do status then?
Facility status, as a reminder, is 5 bits.
Thanks, Nate.
What's
Passes the coin over to Miller.
what's a Nate task that we can do? What do you got for us?
Would you like to initiate a Nate task?
Yes.
I draw my weapon.
What is your name? I don't have you registered in my database.
I kind of glance around at the party members before I answer.
It's Bra.
Go for it.
Rye is shaking his
Bra.
head.
I'm Brawl.
Good job.
Visitor Brawl, you would like to engage in a Nate task. As a reminder, or for the first time, a heads up, you may only have one Nate task active at a time. Should you fail to perform the Nate task, you are considered ineligible for future tasks. Do you still wish to initiate a Nate task?
Yes.
One moment, please. To accomplish this Nate task, you must use a laser firearm and shoot the nearest organic being.
Takes a 10-foot step back, disappears into the previous room.
What? I don't have laser firearms. I only got my physical firearms right here.
Physical firearms are ineligible for
Right.
this Nate task.
Rye
No, I
switches
got-
hit. No, I got this.
I got a force field. Guys, I got a force field. We can do this.
Will it actually hit you? I mean, go ahead.
Except
Hey, you want to use Mind Brawl?
Brawl kind of just like I've held a gun before, but it's been So long.
I actually
Who
need
do
you to
you
make
aim at?
I need you to make a will save, Brawl.
Okay. 22.
The holding a firearm in your hand does bring a rush of memories back to you. It helps a little bit that this is an energy weapon, which is different than that weapon so long ago. But you do have a hard time firing it. You are able to muscle through.
Muscle through.
I get it.
So who do you shoot at?
Whoop.
The
Hey,
nearest person, which is not me.
Should we roll?
I just gave
to
him
see who's the nearest?
Gun,
I just-
so
No, I'll say that Miller steps forward.
mhm.
Okay.
Make your roll to hit.
I'm
Oh,
standing
this
point
is
blank.
going to be
I'm
different.
like,
Because-
I take the ganja back.
Just roll a d20 for now, and we'll see how far you
Okay.
get.
Yeah. Okay.
Just do it. Oh,
Nat 20. Oh.
Only when you hit
don't
your
you have a reroll? Wait, don't you have an advantage?
Fairly convinced that Nick is, or I'm
What?
sorry, Brawl is the enemy. Always
Uh,
misses the enemy.
I
Never
swear
misses
to
you
the
have
God.
enemy.
I
advantage.
coached him through it.
How
I
much-
coached him through it.
How much health does your force field have? How much damage does it take?
It has a lot. Let's see, intelligence plus mech level, so 5, but 10 health.
What's the damage on this pistol you gave him, Seeker?
Oh, it's just a azimuth.
So 1d4.
Yeah.
All right.
And then it's multiplied by 2.
Roll
If
your
it's-
d4. You need to confirm the critical effect, but I
No,
think
you don't. Not in
confirmed,
not in Starfinder.
no, we confirmed this last time. Patrick schooled us. Remember?
I rolled a 1.
I didn't think
Well,
you had
because
to.
it's not. He's not confirming the bonus damage. He's confirming whatever effect the weapon has.
Correct.
I think is
Oh,
burning.
okay.
Correct. But I don't think we're worrying about the burn. So what was that? What was the damage?
1.
So 2 points of damage.
Yeah.
Your force field does take 2 points of damage from the laser pistol.
Man, that
And
was a solid hit.
Nate comes back and says, "For blindly following orders from a superior officer, you are awarded 5 bits. Good job, Visitor Brawl. You have now entered novice setting.
Can I do one? Can I do one? This is
I don't
fun.
have you registered in my databank.
Yeah, you do. It's still Milla.
Ah, Visitor Miller. Sorry, the Yosoki lookalike.
But while this is going on, I hand the firearm back to Seeker. It's like,
Thank you. And where's my paint, by the way?
Nope, right here.
Thank you.
Visitor Miller, would you like to initiate a Nate task?
Yeah, let's do this.
One moment, please. To accomplish this Nate task, I need you to deposit 500 credits into the bit slot.
Nate, are bits cumulative, or do they have to all come from the same person?
I don't understand the question. Novice Brawl. Could
You're-
you make sense next time?
Brawl, he already said that we could receive them from other people.
But we all have separate accounts.
Yeah,
Can
so
we
can
all
put
I
them
imagine
together.
you were given physical coins.
Correct. You were given physical coins.
Never mind.
Nate, how much will this gain me? How many bits?
5 bits.
Classified.
Classified. All right, pony up my 500 spooky credits.
All right. For depositing money to bribe a superior officer, you have been awarded 5 bits.
This
Wait
is
a
the
second,
strangest AI I have
wait,
ever seen.
Wait a second. No. You told me to give it to you. No, it's not a bribe.
Are you questioning a superior officer, Novice Miller?
No, I'll just take my spooping 5 bits.
Bonus bits lost.
This AI makes no sense, and I kind of love it.
That was a lot more louder than I thought.
That was very loud. I think you broke something.
Clip that.
No, don't drop it.
Currently, your group, I'm making some leaps here, has earned a total of 15 bits, including what your android friend here has found. Um,
Seeker, see what you get.
I would love to. Yes, I want to partake in a
Wait,
Nate task.
actually, I do want to contest something.
Please try.
You gave Brawl 5 bits for following orders, but you didn't give him anything for completing the task.
Following orders was completing the task.
Then I should get another 5 for following orders.
That was a different Nate task.
That's dumb.
What does Nate stand for?
Corruption. Unfairness.
I will answer that for 1 bit.
I don't have any bits.
Make a perception check,
Oh,
Seeker.
man. Okay.
Is it written on the panel right in front of them?
23.
You notice that the hologram, despite not really having a face because it's blurry, does seem to focus on you a little bit more keenly when it says that. When it says that if you enter 1 bit, it will answer that for you.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
Neither do I.
Say that again. So when it says that, it looks.
So
at
for
me.
everyone else, it's kind of like got this general air of like, again, faceless. So you really don't get much out of it. General air of giving responses. And then when you ask that, it looks at you, focuses in on you specifically, and says that for 1 bit, it'll explain.
Give me a bit really quick.
Keen interest.
He's not getting any of mine.
Not actually terrible exercises.
Well, I'll do a Nate task and then I'll ask that again.
I don't have you in my databanks, I think. Could you give me a name to use?
Ferdinand.
Visitor Ferdinand. Would you like to participate in a Nate task?
Yes. Seeker is like glowing yellow right now in happiness because it's kind of like, what is going on? He loves it.
Miller hates everything about Nate.
Could you, for this Nate task, please tell me the magical principles of the fireball?
It's made of fire. It's a wait, what out of character, what? Magical...
Out of character, it's not giving you any help.
All right, well, can I do a just mysticism check?
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
I was expecting from you.
Okay. All right. Because I was like, I don't know exactly what to say about that, but let's do a mysticism. I've got 10. 30. Ooh, nat 20.
You give it like the full spiel that you would find if you had pulled up Fireball, the spell, including like what level of person can use it, what the effect and range is, you just basically give a schoolyard answer to this, and
Very emphatically, by the way.
yes, and Nate says, for that perfectly executed answer, you have earned 5 bits. And I guess I haven't really talked about how they appear. They out of the slot where the bits go in, bits just kind of come out, and there's a little like reservoir where they kind of sit there, almost like a fountain. So you do get physical bits when you are awarded bits.
Like the token machines at like an arcade.
Yes,
Well,
or a casino.
One more time. What does Nate stand for? Here's a bit. Beep.
It leans in close to you. Nat 3. It disappears.
Well, okay.
I think you scared him.
It went away.
And now you have 19.
19 what?
Bits.
It's
Not 20.
because I put 1 in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we needed that for
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
priority.
I wish that didn't hurt so
Well,
bad.
Oh, stop busting
Um,
Dustin's balls.
Miller, do you want to try accessing it remotely again?
really quickly, telepathically to Rai. Stuff.
Would you like everyone to take their headphones off?
Yeah.
Headphones off, everyone but Patrick and Justin.
We're dealing with another of my kind here.
A nut bar?
No, another assassin.
Wait, the hologram?
Apparently. So the NAT stands for Neo Assassin Type. He is the third of 20, I believe, of us. Just to let you know.
How scared should I be?
Probably very.
Great.
That's it.
So, no, I keep asking questions.
Okay.
So then this is not a computer program. Wait, this whole time I never made a check to see if this was like an actor.
Hmm?
Sure didn't.
So I'm thinking that, yeah, this is not an AI. We're actually dealing with somebody talking to it.
Okay. I'm going to it might not work, but I could potentially use detect thoughts to see if there's a thing in the area, and maybe we can get the jump on him.
I don't know.
Yeah. I'm gonna detect thoughts, Dustin.
Okay.
16.
If your first thing is you detect if there are thoughts, correct?
Correct.
What's the range?
I think it's 60.
You're not. You get whoever's in the room with you, and we can go back to detecting their thoughts after. You don't pick up any thoughts from anything else in that vicinity.
Okay.
I don't know if it works through walls anyways, but also even if it did, 60
would.
feet is not far enough.
Okay.
All right, the whole point of it is like a little dungeon ping. That's right. I'm sorry, I forgot. Yeah, nothing within 60 feet of you guys.
Okay. Then I relay that information. And what do you know about him?
That we are created specifically to be world-class assassins.
What
I don't
do you
know
know about
anything
this
about
one
this
specifically?
one specifically, I don't think. Unless Dustin... Well,
GM note, you would know every model of NAT type android that was released. In terms of like personality quirks, it's really hard to say with androids shifting sometimes. In terms of this particular one, would have followed a similar technomancer path as you. Also noted for its sadistic tastes.
okay.
That makes sense. I
Relay
was
that.
wondering why this robot was, or this thing was so damn sadistic.
This particular one, not every NAT model follows that trend.
Okay.
Actually, if anything, NAT 3 was an aberration.
Great.
So, yeah, just letting you know about that one.
Okay. So
Now, I also would suggest continuing to keep this between us.
why?
Once again, because of Zero. Remember?
Well, this one doesn't seem to have any specific attention paid to Zero.
But still.
We have 5
Yeah.
minutes left. Let me get back to the guys.
Yeah, let's get back.
Hello.
Rye, real quick. Everyone in the room?
What?
Everyone in the room?
Is everyone in the room?
No.
Oh, yeah. Telepathically, what about it?
No. Detect thoughts.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah? Everyone make
Yeah.
a will save. 16 is the DC to beat.
Nailed it that time.
16.
You're muted, Chris.
18.
I said 6. This plus 2, I rolled a 14, so 16.
Wow,
So everybody
Oh.
passed it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Like,
So
I have a whole exposition for whenever I fail this whole.
I bet you
mind
do.
reading
That's the
thing.
best part. Especially now. Do you question from Miller, because we are entering the end of the episode.
Mhm.
Were you planning on trying to bring up this AI again?
Begrudgingly.
Okay. If the terminal has reset, you'll have to hack it again. However, you can get assistance. You are aware that there was a very volatile security feature set around the terminal, so you tell everyone to kind of spread out.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. We'll kind of head down that little hallway thing. I'll just wirelessly hack it again.
Okay. And if someone wants to assist, they can, because you guys kind of have a little bit of intel there.
I don't know if they can
On your personal?
when I'm wirelessly hacking, because I'm using my brain.
Oh, you don't use a device?
I don't think so. I thought it was part of the exocortex.
If it's an exocortex thing, then you're on your own.
It's an exocortex feature.
Yeah, you can try and hack.
All right.
Do you tell everybody to at least
22. Yeah, I did tell everyone to go, but so 22.
All right. You trigger the first tier security measure,
Yeah.
which
take that,
electricity
mate.
clearly jolts around the terminal itself. And then you get a little message pop up that says, "That was just a friendly warning. Should you trigger security again, warning, lethal damage will be applied."
You said I saw like the weapons or like the security measures, right?
Yeah, it has a name to it. It's just like a shock. It's basically just a shock trap.
Is it gonna just everyone at the computer?
Yeah, my understanding is based on it's like the terminal.
Oh, okay.
itself.
So if we're 20, 30 feet
You might
away,
damage the machine.
Yeah. All right. I'll give it all right. I'm gonna try it again, guys. Not 20.
Wow.
Ooh,
Wow.
damn.
All right, yeah, you're booted out of the system, and the hologram or a shimmering blue hologram appears in the room again. If you guys go check it out.
Welcome back, Nate.
So as you guys kind of walk back into the room, then
Yeah.
the hologram is no longer fuzzy. The blurred out portions of it have solidified, and it is a face that looks similar to, but not an exact replica of Seeker's.
What? What?
So like where some of Seeker's like tattooed lines are, they're shifted. Maybe the cheekbones are slightly off. The nose is maybe a little bit more bulbous. But if androids were traditional organic beings, you'd say that's at least a cousin, if not a brother.
Is that your family, Seeker?
Not that I know of.
Hey, see, could you notice he looks like you?
I guess so.
Maybe off the same assembly line.
Why did you never tell us about your family member named Nate?
I didn't know I had one.
All right. Welcome back, Nate.
As you all know, I am freshly renewed just a couple years ago.
Welcome back, Novice Miller. How can I help you?
Anybody wanna? We need one.
One bit.
I mean, Rye hasn't done anything yet. You want to do something, Rye?
I don't.
Can I do another Nate task?
Of
I'm-
course, Novice Miller.
All right.
I'm wondering if these Nate tasks are actually not so good to do.
Would you like to initiate a Nate task, Novice Miller?
Yeah, let's do it.
Shoot Seeker.
What?
I don't
Shoot
think this AI is very
Seeker.
No, this is not a good.
I'm sorry, Ferdinand. I meant Ferdinand.
Did he actually
Did
say
he
Seeker
actually-
first?
100% did. Yeah.
Oh.
Nate, how do you know Seeker?
Miller, how do you know Seeker?
How many
School.
bits is he gonna get?
I know him from school too. If you hadn't caught on, Novice Brawl, 5. It's always 5.
You met him at school, huh?
I'm sorry, this Nate task wasn't ask Nate questions. It was shoot Seeker.
I'll bank that Nate task.
Sorry, rephrase.
I'm gonna bank it.
Bank it.
Yeah, you said I can have one Nate task active at a time.
I would like to
Can I
activate
get
it.
can I get 5 bits for knowing that?
Negative. Novice Brawl, you would like to initiate a Nate task?
Yes.
Feel free to punch Seeker.
No, I like Seeker. He's okay.
Oh man.
Raish Oren of Raish Oren LLC, would you like to initiate a Nate task?
Well, this is.
Yeah, you can go bite yourself.
I actually, I don't think he can, but all right.
Oh no, he can.
There's supposed to be another one that travels with you. Where is it? Another android.
I mean, I was in the room.
Have you talked to Nate yet?
No.
I didn't.
Okay.
I never said my name.
No, I'm aware you didn't. You also wouldn't have said Raish Oren LLC. It did. Yeah, you're in the room. Looks past you. It had talked to you when you were the only thing in the room, but right now it's not able to see you, apparently. It did ignore you shooting it as well.
Are you guys really? I just look around and like point at it like, really? Like, still like AI?
The keyboard.
Really?
Was there anything else there, or is it just the like the pull-out thing where the keyboard was? Was it just the bits?
Yeah, there is no actual keyboard. There's like a touch screen that you can use, but all it does is bring up the AI, the room's AI.
All right. Well, let's do what we can. Then,
so I'll ask Nate. How much was the security?
5.
The
20, wasn't it?
security access pass was 20 bits.
The I was checking the status.
All right. He actually does respond to me though when I ask the question.
Without focusing on you, but yes.
My name is Rex. Could I have a Nate task?
Not guest Rex. Yes, you may have a Nate task. Shoot Seeker.
This time I'm actually a little shifty. Because if anyone will.
Okay. I'm trying to think. I don't think I have anything I could use. I was gonna just find like a rubber band or
Do
something.
you want to use my gun? Do you want to use my gun?
Hey, Rye.
I take out my stun.
I was gonna say non-lethal.
Yeah. So I reach out to Rye.
I take out my first. I take a look. Out of character question.
Sure.
Holograms. Can you see from the perspective of the hologram, or are there cameras that he would see from? Because 2 of them or 3 of them were spray painted, which means that if holograms can't see, he's got to have a sight on us somehow.
If it's an AI program, whatever generates the AI program, I assume would be how they see. If it is not an AI program, it probably would be the cameras.
Well,
it has been looking at you guys though.
Rye is looking. Repeat that. If it is not an AI, there would be cameras. If
it wasn't an AI, like it would probably need cameras.
Can I do a computers check to see if it actually is an AI?
You have to try and hack the computer.
Rye does not. Rye starts looking around for cameras.
Yeah, there was 2. You spray painted them.
Additional ones.
There are none.
Deductive reasoning.
No.
So I do reach over to Rye for his.
I
gun.
I put your hand down. I take out my gun. I set it to stun, and I shoot behind Seeker's foot, and telepathically tell him to hop around like I shot his foot.
Ow! That really hurts.
I walk
you didn't
over
give me a
and
chance to
take the gun from Rye.
No, you don't.
You
I will
didn't
fight
take
you.
the Nate task, you fool.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I still want to see what the reaction is from.
Yes, I can see you, Raish Oren. You have now removed yourself from future Nate tasks. Have a wonderful life.
I
Hi,
look,
Rick and the Rye.
I look over at Zero and say, "This is a waste of time. This is a silly game."
I don't like this game anymore.
Either I
don't.
use that gun or I use this one. At least that one won't hurt him.
Seeker, would you like a Nate task?
No.
We need more information before we go inside. Rye.
Rise steadfast on this.
Guys, I really don't think this is an AI.
So
Well, do we wanna call it for tonight, then?
I say out loud.
Well, it is past 10:30.
Yeah. So okay, then as the episode ends, I say out loud, "So where are you hiding?"
Your small mind couldn't possibly comprehend. Also, you're below and beneath my notice. I'll be summarily erasing you from my data banks. Goodbye. Just for point of clarification, nobody shoots Seeker.
No.
I mean, I will if he gives me the gun.
You have a gun. He won't.
Right,
die.
but I wanted the one that he won't, but I was trying to be somewhat nice.
But knowing my rules, I'd get a nat 20 and murder his face.
If I do connect with Seeker using a punch, he's gonna take at least 15 points of damage.
Yeah, but can't you choose to make it non-lethal?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, but he's still gonna be halfway to knocked unconscious.
Correct.
That's
I don't think the bits are gonna get us anything, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I'm Rye is done playing the game, is advocating that we are done playing the game, and is telling
Alright,
Zero,
so
do not shoot Seeker.
in
that
that
is-
case,
I'm like
try
in the
activating the
closest way.
status for 5. If not, we have to shoot him twice.
The closest way
Sound logic.
that Rye can possibly get to being stern, it's like conveying this is an order, do not shoot Seeker. Even though I know I don't
wanna
have
shoot
that in game.
No, that's
I
fair.
know that.
I don't wanna shoot
Basically,
Seeker.
cut the chatter. Zero. With Rye giving you the order to shoot, not shoot Seeker, to not shoot Seeker. Do just yes or no? Do you shoot Seeker?
Currently, no.
Disappointing, says the hologram, which fades from the room, and we will end with gas seeping in through the floor tiles.
Called it. I knew
And
it. I knew
That's
it.
where we will pick up next week, next Tuesday. Hopefully, I'll be feeling a lot better, and hopefully, you guys will shoot Seeker. That's kind of what I'm going for. All right. For now, that went a little bit over because we got into like a bit of a tiff there at the end.
Moral dilemma.
A moral
quandary.
dilemma, as designed, but
So wait,
poor timing.
so we were fine with shooting Miller, but once it became to Seeker, no, can't do it.
Miller said he had a force field, so
It's true, I wouldn't feel a thing.
Well, that was before we kind of noticed that this was a bit on the not so great side.
But we could still
Well,
get
it's all
information out of it. Or could have.
Seeker's fault.
I could have downloaded
Let's
all that
let's
stuff.
close up
Yes.
shop now. We're gonna move into the after party where you guys can endlessly debate Nate, my new favorite hologram, and for everyone else, please jump in next week to see how they handled this smoke seeping in the room and slightly sadistic AI.
I don't have to breathe.
Yeah, we'll pick up there. Until then, just remember, never split the party.
yeah,
Yeah,
Nate.
Yeah,
Nah.
whoever.
Hey, you were the only
Alright.
one that didn't want
After party, yes, I'm opening up Twitch chat.